Good morning and welcome to class. I thought I'd show you a little bit of how to navigate around our website, how I would like to see you progress through the course this semester, just give you just a little welcome here. So as you can see, I've logged into Blackboard and I'm looking for our class. All right, yours won't look quite as messy as this, but you'll find our class Math 110 Z1, the online applied math. And then you'll click in that and you'll see some tabs along the left-hand side. Announcements. I'll try to keep announcements posted every now and then of main information. I won't always tell you when you have a deadline approaching. I'll expect you to kind of notice that, but at first I'm going to let you know when a deadline is approaching and remind you of some things. But so sometimes I'll make announcements like that or other things going on. So announcements. The Start Here button. And here you'll see kind of the main information about the class, like the syllabus. You'll see that that's probably the most important thing I would say there. You want to click on the syllabus, see the class schedule, and that will download and open in the bottom in your downloads. You can see what you should be doing week by week on this schedule. This is a suggested schedule. You can always work ahead, but this is just where you should pace yourself, at least be at these points. So this week, January 8th through the 12th, the goal would be to read Chapter 1 and 5.6 in your textbook. And the only assignment that's due would be the Syllabus Quiz is due by Friday. That lets me know you're really planning to take this class and that you're there. That's just something to show you're with me. But feel free to go ahead, read ahead, and start working some homework problems there. All right, so then we have the syllabus. So you can click on that, open the syllabus, and it's got just tons of information. All the course rules and regulations, so you want to read through all of that, what your competencies are, the name of the class. And if you ever transfer colleges, they really like to see the syllabus, and this is how they decide if it's equivalent, by these competencies and goals that we have. Tells how your grading is determined. I have this programmed into your computer program you'll use for our class. All your homework counts as 15%. Your quizzes, that's the biggest chunk, is 40%. Your syllabus quiz counts in that, by the way. You'll have a midterm exam and a final exam. Just while we're here, let me just let you know that the midterm exam is not proctored. It is cumulative through what you do through the midterm, and there will be a good study guide for you to know exactly what types of things are in the midterm, but it's not proctored. So you'll be able to take that on your own, and you can take it 2 times. But the final exam, which is worth a little bit more there, 25% of your grade, is a proctored exam. So just know that up front, that at the end of the class, you will be taking a proctored exam, which means you will be doing it in front of someone. Someone will be watching over you while you take that test, and you can arrange that in any of our KCTCS campuses. Here at ACTC, I can give you the exam. You can talk to me, or you can do it through our proctoring center with Leela Wheeler, and that is so much a later thing to think about, but I just like for you to be aware that at some point that is something we will need to think about. All right, so lots and lots of details there. So I like you to read all those words, and you'll use that for your syllabus quiz. You should log into Blackboard at least every 3 days just to check in to see if anything's changed, which I'm pretty predictable, so I've got your schedule pretty much set, but it is just a policy. If you're in an online class, you should be checking your emails and checking Blackboard regularly just to be checking in. And then some support links. While I'm here about these support links, I would like to say, and I feel like sometimes my online students don't know this, every resource we have at the college is for our online students as well. Just because you're online doesn't mean you can't come here for tutoring or advising or talking to the financial aid office or career center. All of our resources are for all of our students, online and on campus. So I encourage you to make trips to campus. I know a lot of you work and there's reasons you're online, so you can't just come here every day, but know that when you can, you are very welcome to use the resources. All right, communication, there will be some discussion boards and such in that area at a later point. And my grades, let me click on that. My grades just tells you that your grades are on Mylabsplus. So I don't use the Blackboard grading tool as much, really at all. I use the Mylabsplus program to put all your grades in there, and it's programmed with all the requirements I just went over. So your grades are constantly updated in Mylabsplus. So you can always see your overall grade stated there. So anyway, that's all it says in your grading. There's a library link and then a help link for some things, some resources as well. Anyway, the main thing is this Mylabsplus. You're going to live there most of the time in this class. I'll click on that in just a minute. I think I skipped content. Oh, let me check content. Content will show you each of the modules, the material that we're going to cover this semester. Inside of some of these, you'll find video links. Like inside of this module 5, you'll find lots of PowerPoints and video links and PDFs of information to help you do Chapter 8. Then it tells you kind of the sequence of events. You'll want to do the homework, then you want to take the quiz. I've also included some of my personal videos when I've explained some of the main problems that show up on the study guide for Chapter 8. So you'll find information with that within each one of these modules. So that's what's in content. Content is kind of your static information about the course. But you'll mainly go work in Mylabsplus. So that's where I wanted to take you next. I like to right-click on the link and open in a new tab. That way I can go back and forth between these two tabs. Let me pull this screen up and show you. So I've got your Blackboard tab open that shows the class like we've been talking through. Then the Mylabsplus link that I just opened, it shows up on the tab as Course Tools. When I click on that, you see Mylabsplus shows up. And yours may look slightly different from a student's view, but you'll be able to get into your Mylabsplus, and you'll do so much work here. It'll be second nature. You're going to live here most of the course. But in Assignment Manager, or your assignments, you will see all kinds of homework and quizzes. Like I said, most of the things you'll do. And so the first thing up on your list, you should see a Syllabus Quiz. That is currently open. I'd like for you to take that today if possible, already if possible. And that will count in your quiz category. So take it multiple times till you get 100%, so your grade will be optimal. You can take it as many times as necessary to get 100%, but it is due this Friday, the 12th. So then it will close and then your grade will be set. So I always encourage you to start early, taking your quizzes and homework so you can get it up to 100 before the deadline. Chapter 1 notes, you can click on this. Let me look at it with you. You'll see these little icons. There's PowerPoints and videos, notes again. Lots of resources in the class. It's kind of up to you to find what works best for you and you get the most from. But regardless of what resource you're using, let me just click on this with you. So regardless of which resource you use, you'll want to keep your own personal notes of main ideas. So whenever you're reviewing it, it'll be helpful for you to have a good organized notebook. What can happen in an online course, I think, from my experience, is you can click on things, see an example, get through that example, and then kind of forget that example. You move on past it, and then you don't see it in sequence with the other things. When you write it in your notebook and you review it as it fits in with the other things, I think it'll help you. I think it will help you be more successful to put it together for the midterm and the final. So whichever resources you're using, the book, the PowerPoints, the notes, keep good notes, personal notes with that as well. All right, so that's just to help you, another place to get resources. Then here's some work, 1.1. You'll open 1.1 homework. You'll see question 1 will ask you a question that you can find in the reading of section 1.1. If you're not sure about it, you can go to question help, click on the textbook. This one doesn't have tons of help, but it has a textbook to read about that. And you can get pretty close to the answer quick. You may have to update your flash. I see I need to do that. All right, let me check another problem. Okay, 1.2. Let's preview a question in 1.2. Okay, 1.2. Let's see if it has. No, still ask the instructors. You can print the question. Sorry about that. But there are 13 questions you'll see in this section. So whenever you get a question, it will give you a green check mark and you'll proceed. Like I said, you can kind of proceed through them. I won't say just easily, but the program is designed to let you get through the homework with some helps. But personally, you'll want to challenge yourself to understand it more completely and have some things in your notebook to refer back to. All right, so that's how it goes. 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. Those are homework sections. Then 5-6 is notes again. Then we have this one section, 5-6. Then you will take a quiz over those related sections that you just went through. So on the quiz, you will not see question help. So let's look at that. So notice now I'm in a quiz. There are no question helps here. I can't look at, of course you're at home, you could look it up in your textbook, probably in another tab, but ideally you've learned the material and this is just easy peasy. You just go in and work these problems now without any assistance. So ideally that's what I would like to see as you progress through this sequence. All right, then you proceed to the next chapter, chapter 3, so on. And it just rolls on through the semester in sequence there. If you have any questions about any of this, I would love to talk to you. Feel free to send me an email or to call me in my office during my office hours. And I just wish you the greatest of success this semester.